Reading to the mind is like exercise to the body. Hi everyone, I'm Mehar Sindhu Batra and I'm back with another video. For those of you here for the first time, I make videos on all things related to careers, education, productivity, positivity and passion. And as you can see from the title of this video is all about us reading more books. And because I have been reading personal development, self-help and success books all my life, I recently launched the MSB Vision BookClub so that all of us can come together and read and interact as a community. But I'll talk more about the book club very shortly in this video. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram page because that's where we will be discussing these books. And I really hope that you have signed up for the book club because 500 of you have already signed up. So we are a big community already. And I really want it to be all of us learning together. So today's video is going to be divided into 3 parts. The first is why you should read more books or why you should be reading at all. And here I'm specifically going to cover self-help and personal development books and their importance in our lives because the book club is all about these type of books. And the second part of this video is going to be all about the MSB Vision Book Club. So what is it that we're trying to achieve and how it's going to work. And the third is some tips from me to you on how I read more books and the things you can keep in mind to increase your reading speed or to keep yourself motivated to read more and more books. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share and like this video in case you find it useful. Do also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any more of my upcoming videos. So without wasting any more time, let's dive into what today's video is all about. So talking about the first part of today's video, which is why should we be reading more books? What is the benefit of reading more books? You know that famous quote, they say, leaders are readers. If you talk to or watch the interviews of any successful person like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, they all read lots and lots of books. And that is because they have tuned their mind to be lifelong learners. They have a growth mindset. They always want to keep absorbing new information. They always want to keep improving themselves. And they read a lot of books. Imagine you're getting to learn in depth about a topic that the author has spent years researching on. So for example, if I am reading a book on how to be less distracted, after finishing the book, I would be able to keep those 10 points in mind on how I can actually tune my mind to be less distracted. But the author has probably spent years and years researching those top 10 tips for us. So a book is a download of years of research into just a few pages. Imagine the kind of knowledge you are gaining. And then they say, like you have to do physical exercise to keep your body active, to keep your body healthy. Similarly, you have to keep reading new things or gaining knowledge to keep your mind active, to keep your mind alert, to stay sharp, to keep growing. Which is why reading books is really, really important. Reading articles, blog posts, all these are equally important, but the kind of in-depth knowledge you gain from a book is invaluable. And then coming on to some books which are specifically written for you to be able to grow your mind and improve your life. These are self-help or personal development books. I love reading such books because they help me feel inspired, motivated, improve one aspect of my life in some way or the other. Because these books are meant to inspire you to do and be better, they actually make you think and look at world and yourself more positively. They make you dream big. They make you remember that anything you want to achieve is possible. And most of these books have exercises or prompts that you can use to evaluate your life, to make better decisions, to make better choices and positive actions towards the goals you want to achieve. And you know how I love my worksheets. I think worksheets or any exercises really make you self-reflect on what you're doing or what you're aspiring to achieve. You create mini personal projects for every aspect of your life and you draft an action plan to achieve those things. So for example, if I read a book on meditation and gratitude, that book will probably tell me 3 or 4 tips on how I can meditate or how I can feel more grateful. Without reading that book, I wouldn't even be aware of that kind of knowledge. Reading self-help and personal development books is not for everyone. Not many people enjoy them. But if you are one of those, I really hope that this second part of this video is going to be beneficial for you. And the second part is all about the book club that we have launched. Yes, my friends, the MSB Vision Book Club was finally launched last week. And almost 500 of you have signed up, which makes me feel so happy because I have been reading and nerding out on these books all my life, and it excites me because so many of you are also interested on going on this journey of self and personal growth with me. So the whole idea of the book club is that we will read 2 books every month. I will select those books after doing a lot of research and reading a lot of reviews on different websites and also checking out their brief synopsis. I will also be open to suggestions from all of you, so if you do have any suggestions, feel free to send them to me either in the comments below or on my Instagram page. So once you have signed up for the book club, you will receive an email every 2.5 weeks on what book are we reading next. You will have half a week to order the book or get it from some friend or family members. Then I will declare 2 Sundays of every month where we will come together and discuss key points or key learnings from each book that we read. So for example, if this is the book that we are reading this month, you will not know which book we are reading unless you have signed up for the book club. Once the 2-week time period is over, we will come together through an Instagram live session or a YouTube live session and actually discuss the book. I will take questions from all of you. I will take discussion points from all of you and make it a very interactive session. I may also call upon 1 or 2 of you to come and speak up at the live session so that we keep the conversation very informal and engaged and everybody learns from each other. I'm also hoping that soon we can all come together through a platform to instantly message and discuss the book that we are reading amongst other members of the book club. This way we'll be able to learn and share our learnings with the members of our community through an instant chat message. The book club topics are going to vary. They could be about productivity, about happiness, about gratitude, about achieving goals, about making better career decisions. They could also be non-fiction books of the lives of successful CEOs. I really hope this inspires you to sign up for the book club, so do click on the link in the description box to sign up now. Now we come on to the third part of the video, which is how do we read more books? So you must be thinking, great Mehar, I'm ready to read more books. I want to read more books, but how do I make time for them? I have such a busy schedule. Please give me some tips on how I can read more. Worry not, my friend. That is what we're going to discuss now. So I'm going to share with you a few tips from my personal experience of reading many books over the past many years, and some tips and tricks from other avid readers that I have watched the interviews of and spoken to. Number 1 tip from me personally and from anyone you talk to who reads a lot is that you have to schedule a time in your calendar every single day to read. You have to set time apart from yourself, from the noise of the world, alone, just to read a few pages every single day. So that's my number 1 tip. Set apart dedicated time to read books for your own growth. And that brings me on to the second point, which is set a daily target and an annual target for yourself. So for example, if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I set a target of reading 20 books this year. Last year, I read 12 books, or maybe it was 13 or 14 books, I don't remember exactly. But this year, I set an ambitious target of reading 20 books because it was the year 2020. So I named my challenge to be 20 books in 2020. And I'm almost there, guys. So similarly, set an annual, a monthly, or even a weekly target for yourself. And after that, set aside a daily target for yourself. And that could be different for different people. It could be 10 pages for someone, it could be 20 pages for someone, it could be 2 chapters for someone. But if you have that daily target, you will make it a game for yourself and you'll keep going. And my next tip is, please, you don't have to always finish a book that you're not enjoying. And this is something that many people forget. Once they pick up a book, they think, oh my God, I really have to finish it. But that is not the case. If you're not enjoying the book, if you're not connecting with it, if you're not connecting with the way the author has narrated the story, please feel free to leave it after reading it and assessing it for a while. It's okay. Don't punish yourself. It's okay to leave the book that you don't enjoy. And my next tip is make reading your first priority, then everything else. So for example, if you have a show that you want to finish on Netflix, since you've already put that daily target or that daily time aside in your calendar to read, make sure you finish that off first. So once you're done reading your daily target of 10 pages, then you can go sit in front of the TV and watch as much as television as you want. But as you know, you have to read. It is your priority. You have to get it done no matter what. It will really help you feel good at the end of the day because you did not let go of challenge of your reading habit. And my next tip is something I personally do. I take a pen or a pencil and a highlighter and read my books. And while I'm reading my books, I make a lot of notes. I highlight the quotes and things I love. I write down how it's applicable to me. And that keeps me interested in reading the book because I'm writing alongside of it. And then whenever I'm done reading, I go through all my notes, my beautiful, beautiful notes throughout the book and reread all my notes. That's another way to keep yourself engaged while reading the book. Sometimes when we're reading, we get sleepy or tired. But if you're writing, if you're actively learning or actively reading is much better. And my next tip was for times when things were normal and we were actually going to our workplace or going to our university, school or college and spending time traveling or commuting. I would always keep a book handy in my bag. So whenever I had time in the tube or in the train, I would always take out my book and start reading. So really fill in reading in your in-between moments. And sometimes if you're cooking, cleaning or doing other activities around the house, remember that you can purchase every book as an audiobook as well. So you could be listening to the book as you're doing your task instead of actually reading it. I personally love the paperback normal version of books. As I just mentioned, I love writing and making notes throughout the books. So for me, the digital or the audio version doesn't work, but if it works for you, please feel free to read through other mediums that are available for you now. And another tip is that you don't have to be reading one book at a time. Feel free to be reading multiple books. If you get bored from one book or if you need a change of scene, you can always pick up the other book and then you can keep switching between the two. Of course, this may not work for many people, but personally it has worked for me when I was reading a very thick book and I had another short read handy. So I would keep switching back and forth between the two, but I did finish both the books well on time. So this trick really challenges you from getting bored while reading. Another way to read more books is sometimes we need to eliminate the decision fatigue. We can't decide which book to read. And that is why the book club is going to be helpful for you because we would have already told you which book we are reading. So you don't have to go out there and do your research on the best book in the market. That has already been done for you. You just have to go and purchase the book and start reading. And sometimes if you find one topic not useful for you or for your personal journey, feel free to skip that week of the book club and you can rejoin the next one. And my last tip to read more is reading is the most beneficial when we're actually learning actively and we're sharing our learnings with others around us. If you're reading one book, share what you've just read or learned with people in your family or your friends. Recommend books to others. Tell them what you enjoyed or didn't enjoy in the book that you've just finished. Passing knowledge and insights is a great way to keep yourself motivated to read more books. And the last tip is actually joining a book club so that you stay accountable, you stay in the loop with what other people are reading. You come together as a mission to finish that book on time. You'll get top-notch recommendations and you'll be a part of a community to discuss and share your thoughts on the books. So that's it, my friend. That's what this video was all about. I really hope you found it useful. I'm going to end this video here. Please, please, please join us on our book club journey and we will accelerate our growth and learnings together. I'll be back soon with another video, but until then, keep reading, keep learning. And I'm telling you from experience, there is a lot of fulfillment and happiness that you achieve once you finish reading a book. I hope to see you soon. Bye.